All right, everybody. Old Big Jim coming at y'all from the bog. It is 4:15 a.m. Yeah, that's when I do a lot of that. You know, I had to get up and do what old men do late at night. And this is when I do a lot of my YouTubing viewing. I know a lot of times y'all wake up and there'll be a response or something that old Big Jim gave y'all during the night. They ain't a bit of telling what I said, but I always try to get in there where I fit in there, and that's what it is. Now, there was a video put out yesterday by my nephew, old Bubba up there at Bubba's EDC. Now, he addressed the issue about me and him being blood kin. That ain't got nothing to do with it, y'all. They're not a finer feller. They're not a more Christian man. They're not a family man. He's just like me. He's a 40-year-old Big Jim, and I say that with all the I don't know, compassion or whatever I can say. I'm not saying he's trying to model himself. It's like me and HT. I'm not trying to be HT. And Bubba's not trying to be me. But I see so many of the qualities of myself in Bubba each and every day. And I hope he understands when I say he's just a younger Big Jim, that everybody's an individual. And I want y'all to know that. Now then, he did a little thing called, I think he called it Shop Time. Okay, and so that's what this is in response to that. And I just realized that a highly technical piece of what I need to do is not sitting right here. So I'm going to pause this video, and then I'll come right back, and we're going to address the subject of cutting half stops into a pocket knife. So y'all just give me about 35 seconds, and well, it won't be but a click for y'all. But y'all just give me one moment, and I'll be right back. All right, guys, I'm back. It's amazing how I can go in there and do something and get ready for a video, and then leave it sitting right on my desk where I did it. But it's I went and did a CAD drawing of a tank stamp, and what I mean by CAD is completely, unbelievably, and BS, basically. Anyway, what I have here is a drawing, and I'm going to go over how a tang works. Now, and once again, guys, let me. This is where you stop and you put the IE. Okay, the IE. What I'm going to tell you is, I am not a professional. I don't even play one on YouTube, but I can get the job done, and I know how to do this, and I've been doing it for a minute. Now, I hesitated on sharing any of this with anybody, but you know, in one of our groups the other day, Mario over at MIPD 1980 shared some things in the open chat, and there's several people. Well, there's lots of people that do this. I'm not the only one. I'm not the only huckleberry, but this is the guy. I mean, this is the guy that I do it, and I have over the years got a few tips from different people that have helped and improved the way that I do things. I sold one to Full Size Sadi, sold it to Mike over at Make Cutlery Great Again, and it was not my best work, and I'll agree to that. And I told him that, and I was just trying to put something up on eBay and get it out of the door. And I should be shamed for that. I am. I hold my head down about that, but you know what? Sometimes you just gotta let things go and move on. Okay, this is a horrible habit. Do not do it. But at the end of my life, the only thing I got to enjoy is my coffee and my cigarettes, well, I'm gonna enjoy it. Of course, now pocket knives is what I enjoy the most. Okay, enough of that. Okay, the way a tang works is normally it's rounded over. Okay, and that would be no half stops. You have a parallel side here and a parallel side here, and it's rounded. Okay, and that you open the knife up, you take it off the spring, and the blade rolls around on that, and then it clicks into place. Okay, that round part right there wears, and that's how you get loose pivot pins. Okay, now a half stop is cut in there for a specific reason. And I'm going to hold up my highly technical CAD drawing here and try to show y'all what's going on. Okay, right here is the back spring. I have the computer put that in there, back spring. Of course, this is the tang, showing you the entire tang area. This is the brass liner coming around here with the arrows showing that continues. Okay, and then you have a parallel here, a parallel here, and a parallel here. Okay, so when you bring this blade out to this position, okay, it's going to have, okay, right now it has full contact on the mainspring. So when you bring the blade up to half stop, then you have full contact on the flat area right there. Okay, and then if you proceed to bring the blade on up, then you'll have full contact on this side of the tank. So you have three areas that are fully in contact with the spring, the back spring, at any time. Okay, so the thing is getting this parallel, because when it's rounded, you have to make this parallel and this parallel, or you have to make them parallel for it to be into a solid half stop. Now, I do something that I don't, but basically what you have is 2 points of contact. That would be this point here up to this point here, and then that point there to that point there, and then that point there to this point here. Okay? That's full contact in all three positions. Like I said, do things a little different. I put a convex into the where it's rounded right there, so it's going to be rounded over like it would be, like the top here where the liner is. Okay, so but you're going to have to make it completely flat. Well, if you get one side lower or the other side lower, then it's going to slope to one side or the other. Then you have to correct it. Well, if you overcut one way and overcuts the other way, then you're not going to have anything to correct. The knife is going to be loose. Okay, so what I've done in the past and what I think works real good is I put a convex in there that would be coming, I believe, that would be coming down. So I'm going to take this red pin and I'm going to show you what I do to make the half stop. All right, now what I've done is I've drawn in where the rounded part would be. Okay, you see that where that rounded part is, where it's sticking up? That would be the rounded part that goes around and wears as the knife is used. Okay, now I cut this bottom part here into a convex. Now that gives you, remember a minute ago I said 2 points of contact? That gives you 2 points of contact, one here and one here. Okay. And when Bubba was going through his, he kept getting to a position to where it was leaning backwards or leaning forward, and then he'd grind a little bit, and it'd lean too much forward, and it'd lean too much backwards. Well, if you do it this way, then you can just take one little touch, you go kick, and then check it. Now he had it in a vise. Now I put mine in one of those little suction vices that you get from Harbor Freight. That's what I use, and because it's got the padded jaws on it, and you can just crank it in there. And of course, you have to put it in and out of there 3 or 4 times to get it exactly right. But this is how I do it. But now you have your full contact here, and then you have 2 points of contact here and here, and then you have your 2 points of contact, which would be the full side when it's fully open, which is where you want your strength. The half stop doesn't have to have strength, but when you do it with these 2 points of contact and the scallop or the concave, I don't know which one of them terms I'm trying to tell you. Anyway, when you make it scalloped like that, you still have 2 places of contact, and it makes it finer. It makes it easier to adjust. Now, Bubba kept talking about getting a set of files. I have a set of files, and they are good for fine tuning. If, like you say, if you open it up to the half stop and it's leaning toward closed, then you would file the opposite side to bring that back to where it would stand up straight. Now, I hope that made sense. And I've had several of my subscribers ask me how I cut half stop, and I'm trying to share this for y'all in this video. And I have y'all may have seen this. This is I bought this when I was with Brother Rex y'all keep Brother Rex in your prayers. I bought this at that bottle sale that we went to. It's a local flea market thing they do a couple times a year up there in Hattiesburg. And so I bought this siding. This is a large siding, and I mean I can sit here and try to tell you, show you, give you. I'll hold it up there, and I don't know if it's going to be hard for y'all, but you see how it's got a little. I guess that is coming in pretty good. You see how it's got that little scallop in it right there. Okay, then once you get that scallop in there, you put it back in your bias, and you take your file. And I'm not talking about your file. I'm talking about, and then check it. And if it's still not right, then check. Hit it. Don't hit it 5-6 times, because you'll go too far. But anyway, when you get through, this is what you're gonna get. Trying not to cut myself. But it'll go right, and see how that's perfect geometry. Okay? And then you go, y'all hear that? Goes right into the stop. Okay? And then when you come up here and get you a finger pull, and you got the good. Okay? So that's that's how I do it. I'm not sitting here claiming to be the master. I'm not by any means the best knife modifier in the world. I can get her done. All kind of things I want to try to do, man. There's all kind of things I want to try to do, but I am a Barlow guy, but I have an affair with Sodbuster Juniors and big ones. I have 6 or 8 of each of them, and of course I'm not into all these bone ones and all that. I'm an old farm boy. Well, I'm a country boy, even though I live in Wiggins. I mean, but when I was young, it was 2,000 people, man, 2,500 people in Wiggins. They probably 8, 9, 10,000 here now. But anyway, that's how I do it. I hope. I don't know if y'all want to screenshot that, but look at there, big sidey exclamation point. Anyway, that's how I do it. All the love in the world to my nephew. Unc loves you, brother. I mean, I say that every day to people like HT and Brother Rex and Knife Doctor. I tell them all I love them because they know I do. It ain't nothing but a thing. Anyway, y'all get in there where you fit in there, okay? Old Big Tim loves y'all. He really does. Anyway, a couple more things. Bubba kept talking about some files, and he was right. The small set of files is a crucial part. Now I take some 1/2-inch dowel rod and cut it, cut some like 3 or 4 inch things, and I take them little files and I hammer them down in that thing, and it gives you much more control, and it don't hurt near as bad when you use them. Also, he mentioned that some sandpaper. Now, sandpaper is good, especially if you get a sharp edge, because if you get a sharp edge, even though the back spring is tool steel or hardened steel, it will wear, and especially if you got a sharp edge on there. So everything, it's kind of that's kind of that area where you got to kind of tread lightly and make sure that things are, because you wear a knife out cutting a half stop into it. A lot of people don't consider that, but if you make it sharp, really sharp, it'll eat your spring out. And if you use the knife in a couple of years, it's going to be loose, and the tang is going to wear out. So sandpaper's good. The little file sets are good. I would suggest getting a set that has a couple of triangular files in it. Maybe a coarse, a rough, and a fine. That way you'll have three sides, and it fits down in there pretty good. Bubba said something about hitting the liner inside the knife, the brass liner inside that side. And that's the problem when you're using a power tool. That's the problem you're going to have. And I have a solution to that. And some of y'all are going to think I'm crazy. But if you get a knife, now I got a Rosecraft in here not long ago that was very, the pivot was very tight. I'm talking, it had a 9+ pull maybe. And this is how I solved that. As a matter of fact, I showed it to y'all yesterday. It's that Otter Creek Barlow that I got. Well, I go to Dollar Tree. You can get it at Walmart. I buy the cheapest whitening toothpaste. I'm talking about whitening. I'm not talking about it. It doesn't have to. It don't need no color stripes. It needs to be white toothpaste. And what does toothpaste do? It polishes your teeth. Technically, you're basically grinding the enamel off your teeth with. I got a story about that, but I ain't gonna tell y'all now. But grinding the enamel off your teeth, and it polishes them. So if you'll take them, and this y'all gonna say I'm crazy, but look, I'm gonna show you. Let me show you. I'll show you right here on this knife right here. I thought I was gonna end this video 5 minutes ago. But you take that little piece of toothpaste, and let's see if I can show it to y'all. See that down in here, this mud that's right in here? That's oil, but that's the little remnants of the toothpaste that I put in here. Because I put that toothpaste there, set on the edge of the bed, and polish that. You really can't see it, but I polished that brass right on back just by using the knife and opening it and closing it by putting a little toothpaste in there. Okay, you got to clean it out. You got to put some oil in there. You might have to wash it, then re-oil it. Because the knife will be gritty. It will be very gritty after you get through doing all this grinding and filing and all that in there. But the main thing is to work it. After you get that knife done and you're happy with the half stop, just work it. Put your little oil, put the toothpaste in there, get it in there and work it. I mean, you show the knife. I show these knives on TV, and you'll see some gunk and stuff and oil in there. That's maintenance. And there ain't nothing wrong with that. Everybody needs to do maintenance on their pocket knives. That's one of the main things I do. I keep mine polished. I keep them maintained. They're always oiled. They're always ready to go. But that's just me. Like I say, I am not the answer. I can be part of a answer, but I am not the answer. I will share whatever. Like I taught Brother Rex how to toast knives, and that's not hard to do. But if you don't know what you're doing, you can run a good knife fast just by trying to figure it out. I wouldn't go cut a half stop. Now, Bubba had I think it was a 20 or 21 or something sod buster that one of his friends had gave him, and that's fine. But Bubba has control, and he knew not how far to go and how far not to go, and I feel pretty sure that he has probably tried that before. Maybe failed, maybe didn't. I don't know, but I would go by a right edge side buster type knife, and then you cut the half stop in there, and then grit them on your sander and grind a Tanto blade into it, or whatever the kind of point you want to put on there. But there ain't no need taking Pawpaw's buck 301 and trying to cut a half stop in it, because that ain't the knife to learn on. That's the knife that you put in your pocket And once you get confident enough and you want to put a half stop into a knife, that would be a good one to do. Now, I have two pocket knives that I'm going to do for Modified Monday. They are both from the 1930s. And this is, I'm giving y'all a teaser. This is the thing. But one of them is a brand that you've never heard of, and one of them is a Remington. Okay, so Modified Monday, y'all probably should tune in for that one. It's gonna be a pretty good video. The knife that I've never heard of. Well, I can't say that. I've probably heard about it, but I've never seen one or never touched one. And I am honored to have this knife. It ain't gonna blow nobody's mind. It ain't gonna be a wow, but it's a trapper, and it's a pretty good looking one, guys. You see me smiling. It had me, man. I got it in the door, man. I kept trying to say, well, I need to do this, and then I said I need to do that, and then I kept saying, no, I need to go in there and take some video of it, and to give y'all a before and after. So I got a before and after. I kind of slipped. I was doing my flyover on it, and I kind of slipped on one of the cliffs, lost my footing there. I ain't got the best footing in the world, and trying to lean over a table will take y'all a good video clip. But I got it. You'll see. I mean, the main thing is it's a beautiful knife, and the other main thing is it's from the 1930s, and it was only made a few years. So. I tell you what, man, it's Sunday morning. I want all y'all to, if y'all are church-going people, to get yourself up and go to church. I wish I could go. My church is not really handicap available, but I watch it on YouTube. I tune in there every Sunday and get my word from my preacher. And so I want all of y'all to have a beautiful Sunday day. I hope it's sunny. I hope it's cool. I hope you and your family can get out and have a good time. I want all of y'all to know that I love each and every one of y'all. We're approaching 1,000. We're getting close, and we're going to have another giveaway, and it's going to be epic. I hope. I only hope good things come to the Barlow Brigade, which y'all are the brigade. I'm just Big Jim, but you. The people, the subscribers to my channel, you can walk around and proudly say, I am a member of the Barlow Brigade. Now, if that and a piece of bread is a happy sandwich, then that's just what it is. But y'all are the Barlow Brigade. I am happy to have y'all in my home every day. Max and Milo would probably give y'all 4 paws up, maybe 4.5 paws, because they love y'all too. So old Big Jim's gonna get on out of here, man. It's getting close to 5 o'clock in the morning. I need to get me my coffee warmed up and probably smoke me a cigarette, and might even plan y'all another little video for the rest of the day. What do y'all think? Y'all want to do that? Okay, I'll see y'all tonight. All right. Old Big Jim, see if he can't come up with something for later on today. I love each and every one of y'all. I want y'all to understand that Jesus Christ is Lord in my life. And rule number 9,